We are live.
Hello, we're back at 4 p.m. Pacific time for the Hot Toys Summer Showcase. This is day 2 of Sideshow Con, and we are here to show you guys another closer look at all of the Hot Toys pieces here on display in Sideshow Con. All right, are we ready to rock and roll? I think we're fully operational in this battle station. We are going to start right here with the Spider-Man 2099 black suit 6-scale figure from Marvel's Spider-Man. This is the latest addition in Hot Toys' lineup of Marvel's Spider-Man Gamerverse figures. I believe this one is actually available for pre-order on our website. Currently, it is one of the summer exclusive items, so you can check that out. Go to Sideshow.com, check out what's new, and I believe that Spider-Man 2099 will be on there. This is a highly detailed 6-scale figure from Hot Toys with multiple points of articulation, all of the movement and mobility that you expect for a Spider-Man figure from Hot Toys. I love the detail on this piece, lots of different textures, a beautifully detailed costume with different materials for the spider symbol, the highly technological red symbol with those cool fins on the arms and the mask. And one of the cool details about this piece, he does have a figure stand with a character nameplate and a dynamic figure stand base so that you can do those airborne poses. But one of my favorite details about this piece is, if you look at the hand sculpts, if you know a little bit about Spider-Man 2099, Miguel O'Hara, this of course is a Peter Parker for the video game, but Miguel O'Hara does have enhanced spider DNA, and so he actually has physical talons, and Hot Toys has captured that in this Gamerverse version of the Spidey suit, so you can see that the tips of his fingers are a bit clawed. Now we do have people asking why it is called the black suit, though it does have blue hues to it. This is the name that the game gave the figure, so that was what it was called in the lineup of Spider-Man's suits in the armory in the game, so that is the name that the figure is adopting thanks to how it appeared in the game. So next up, we did show this yesterday, but this is still a world premiere item. There was no hint that it was coming. This is the classic suit Spider-Man 6-scale figure, also from Marvel's Spider-Man. Very exciting release because, again, for comic book fans of classic Spidey, this is your chance to own him, and for video game fans, this is your chance to own him. Highly detailed and articulated figure. It has as you can see right now, it has the web sling in hands. There is some nice raised texture in the black webbing elements of his suit on the mask and on the hands. A lot of detail in this costume. Very nice textures and mobility. Again, it comes with the dynamic figure stand, so you can do all of your acrobatic flips, airborne poses. It does have a figure stand with the classic suit nameplate, and I like that the top of the base has the spider logo with some screenshots of the suit from the game, which is really nice. That will be coming soon to Sideshow, so keep an eye out for that. Now, I do want to show, in addition to these suits, a lineup of a ton of suits. If you are interested in adding a lot of these classic Spider-Man designs to your collection, check out the Spider-Man Hall of Armor Series 2 Hot Toys Miniature. This is a really nice collectible diorama. Hot Toys has previously released an edition of Spider-Man armors like this. They are all LED illuminated to really give that sense of a rotating Hall of Armor for Spider-Man. Starting from left to right, we do have his blue, black with red webbing Secret Wars costume. Then there is the Cyborg Spider-Man. Sorry, I always want to say Cyborg Superman. Cyborg Spider-Man suit. Then, of course, there is the Scarlet Spider suit with that blue hoodie and lots of really cool paneling detail in the legs and arms. Then there is the battle-damaged classic suit here. Then the electrically insulated Spider-Man suit, and on the end there is Iron Spider. And for those who pre-order the entire set, there is an additional Doc Ock tentacle that attaches to the side, much like the Hall of Armor Series 1 had a Peter Parker backpack that was webbed to the side. We did get asked how posable are the Spider-Man Hall of Armor series. These figures are not posable. They are meant to be displayed as is with the light-up suit display, and I believe they connect together or can be displayed separately, but the figures themselves are not posable. However, all of Hot Toys 6-scale figures are extremely posable. Most have over 30 points of articulation. The Iron Man figures have die-cast material to help strengthen the articulation. So with these Hall of Armor pieces, they are meant to be displayed as is, but the 6-scale figures, of course, are known explicitly for their posing and creative display capabilities.
Also, I got a message that yes, this one did go up for pre-order today, and if the moderator wants to drop a link for us, again, we did drop it while we were showing it, but if we could drop that one more time, that would be great. It's available right now for pre-order.
Excellent. So we should take a look at a couple of the other convention exclusive items. This is the summer convention exclusive Whiplash 6-scale figure. This is the second Whiplash that Hot Toys has released. If you missed the first release over 10 years ago, which that is incredible, this is a perfect pairing for the Iron Man Mark V, which is the suitcase suit. This features a newly painted head sculpt of Mickey Rourke as Whiplash, highly detailed body covered in tattoos, as you can see, and of course he does have his very intricate Whiplash suit slash I guess armor augmentation. You can see all of the braces around his arms. He does have those electrified whips as well. Very detailed fabric costume with some wear and tear. And his character base has the Monaco Speedway. So again, that does really match really nicely with the suitcase suit Iron Man armor. So if you are looking to create an Iron Man 2 display, this is a must-have, especially if you did miss that first release. This will be up for pre-order sometime during the week. You guys will want to stay tuned to our daily updates for Sideshow Con because we are announcing different times and days when exclusives are going available for pre-order.
Also, there was a question about discounts. If one of the moderators wants to drop that link, there are tons of discounts going on during this entire event, and that you can get to that from side.show/con discounts. So go there, you guys. It's a huge, long list.
All right. And then next, one of the other summer convention exclusives. This is the Iron Man Mark IV holographic version. This is an original suit design by Hot Toys. I think this is exceptionally clever. It joins the likes of their Neon Tech series. This is holographic, so they have taken the classic red and gold shell of Iron Man's armor and created a matte translucent effect, so you can see the inner mechanisms of the Iron Man suit, which I think is incredible. It gives a kind of a retro nostalgia sense of those see-through tech items, but it also looks like something that Tony Stark would have on display in his armory in his lab as he's looking up the schematics of the latest suit that he is designing. I do like those kind of patterns and textures that are in the mat itself, as well as the technological insides of the piece. It does have die-cast structure, which strengthens your posing capabilities. It is a highly articulated figure, as all the other Iron Man offerings from Hot Toys are. And it will have LED light-up features in the eyes, repulsors, and chest.
Nice. Somebody asked about the release for Whiplash and for Iron Man. That we cannot tell you at the moment. You guys have to watch for every day at 6:30. We do drop a post on social letting you know what the new con exclusives for that day will be. So just stay tuned.
All right. Where should we go next? Do we want to take a look at the rest of the Marvel figures?
Yeah, let's go around Marvel and then we'll go over to Star Wars.
All right. So here we have... Oh, yeah. We almost missed
We almost missed you.
This is the Spider-Man Spider Armor Mark IV suit from Marvel's Spider-Man. Again, this is an entry into the Gamerverse. This is a sort of classically colored Spider-Man suit, but you can tell it has more metallic elements to emulate the armor that has been created and reinforced in the Spidey suit. Very detailed fabric costume that has swap out hands and eyes as well. But one of the really cool features is that it has an LED reflective kind of luminous pattern that is hidden, and we do have the flashlight here, and I'll hold that here. You guys can see this hexagonal hologram type pattern comes through in every aspect of the sculpt, all the way up through the borders of the eyes. You can see it as we illuminate, and this really gives that kind of technical schematic appearance to the collectible. Again, as with all the Spider-Man figures, he comes with a dynamic figure stand, so you can get those aerial poses. And look at the cool illumination around the spider logo as well.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of a green highlight to that.
That's cool.
So that is another interesting and unique addition to your Spider-Man collection, especially if you're a fan of the Gamerverse, but also if you are a fan of the comic book suits. Additionally, with some LED reflective capabilities, we do have two of the Neon Tech series. These, again, are original designs by Hot Toys, inspired by, of course, the actual Iron Man suits. These would fit naturally in with any Iron Man collection and even in Tony's laboratory. So I'm going to display. You guys can see there is the luminous reflect in the eyes, as well as the illumination on the neon stripes. Yeah, I'll
That's
take
cool.
that down to the boots. These are die-cast 6-scale figures available in stock on our website. We have War Machine here is the orange one. You can see his shoulder-mounted cannons and his wrist rockets already and displayed. He does also have LED battery-operated chest and eyes and repulsor light-ups as well. Highly articulated, very sturdy figure, a great addition if you are collecting Iron Man suits, if you're a fan of War Machine, and if you're a fan of Hot Toys' original designs for these really creative pieces. And additionally, we have the Neon Tech Iron Man Mark II. The Mark I featured blue stripes, and this features yellow stripes. So you guys can see that LED reflection again, and the luminosity in the yellow paneling as I shine the flashlight over this. This figure is also die cast. You guys can see that he is posed with some of his armor fins on the back of the figure. Opened up.
Reward code dropped.
Oh,
Reward
already so
code
soon.
dropped. Yes.
All right.
Nice.
Well, if you guys
You are
claim those
very
reward
welcome.
codes,
Yes.
you can use those on in-stock
Yes.
items like the Neon Tech 2.0.
Absolutely. And also there was a comment on that discount page being so long they were overwhelmed. I told you guys there's a lot of discounts for this event.
Control F is your friend if you want to see a
Yes.
specific character, but yes, otherwise you could spend a really long, nice time browsing through
And on
that.
social, we will be dropping we'll be dropping posts all over social with different discounts featured. So you guys will see them if you are following us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or in our Facebook group.
Yeah, so now we have a trio of Avengers Endgame and Infinity War collectibles that we wanted to show you. So, let's see, are they all in shot?
Yes.
Perfect. So you guys can see from left to right, we do have the Captain Marvel 6-scale figure from Endgame. This is a new hair sculpt on Captain Marvel, an incredible likeness of Brie Larson. We have the Thanos Battle Damage version 6-scale figure, and we have the Iron Man Mark V die-cast figure. Now, the Iron Man Mark V does include a number of accessories like you see here. He does have his arm-mounted nano cannon and the shoulder panels, the back fins, that kind of aid him in this new nanotechnology suit. There is available for purchase an additional accessory pack for the Mark 50 that includes even more weapons that we saw Tony Stark utilizing against Thanos, like foot clamps, the battering ram, and a number of other cannons and kind of edge swords that you can attach to the figure. But this is all a part of the Mark 50 diecast, and this is available for purchase on our website right now. Next up, we have the Battle Damaged Thanos. I love this piece because when you see 6th scale, you kind of have an understanding of what that means for characters like Tony Stark and Spider-Man. But when you see 6th scale Mad Titan, he is, of course, understandably, a lot larger than the Avengers. He's an imposing figure, and this is
show you guys one more time.
Yeah,
the size
this-
compared to them.
He does have a slight height advantage because of where his base is statured, but he is a large and imposing figure. And of course, this is the Thanos at the very end on his last legs. He has brought out his entire army to reclaim what is his and stop the Avengers from undoing the events of the snap that he thought would create a perfect world. The battle damage on this figure is extensive, really cool, and you can see all of the impacts of all the attacks from the Avengers. There's different places where his armor has been singed, has been cut, has been dented, and there's a lot of detail in the sculpt and cut and sew of this. You can also see that he has his sword, his dual-edged sword, that does have a chunk of the blade taken out and broken at this point in the battle. Thanos is absolutely not giving up, but he has been battered by the Avengers so substantially. This figure does come with a helmet for the portrait. It is not on display currently. He does have his grimacing face on right now, and you can see he's covered in the dark blue, purple blood that the Titan bleeds. And of course, he does have his the static nano gauntlet that is super battle damaged, posed to do the snap and take back what is rightfully his. But there are no Infinity Stones in this gauntlet because we all know that Iron Man managed to steal those from him and save the world. So I really like the storytelling detail in that this is a Thanos who is at the end of the film. He is at the end of his battle, and he has no chance because he has lost the Infinity Stones. Finally, we have the Captain Marvel Endgame figure, and she does have the battle-damaged gauntlet that has already been used by the Hulk to bring everyone back to life. And you can see that it does have the Infinity Stones. It will have an LED light-up function. This is a very, very detailed Captain Marvel, the inverse colors kind of her own film's suit. And again, as I mentioned, the very detailed hair sculpt and incredible likeness of Brie Larson. She does come with a dynamic figure stand for posing her in flight patterns. She does have some energy blasts that you can swap out. I absolutely love this figure. I pre-ordered it as soon as I finished paying off the deluxe from her own film. Really beautiful detail, and I do love how they managed to so artfully swap the majority colors of her suit from the original appearance. All right. I think that covers the Marvel Universe from Hot Toys.
We ready to head on over to Star Wars?
Yes, let's check out some Star Wars. Lots of really cool first reveals, prototypes, and first looks at pieces that are available on our website that you might not have had a chance to see closer. So this is the Jango Fett 6-scale figure. This is the new upcoming prototype, and this is the first reveal of the unhelmeted portrait with the likeness of Tamara Morrison. You can see there's a lot of detail in the scarring and the wrinkles on his face, a very determined expression as he removes his Mandalorian helmet. Yeah, there's a nice hair sculpt, very detailed. Love the eye line on that. It's just a very focused, determined, one of the best bounty hunters in the galaxy, of course. You can see that he has an intricately detailed fabric costume underneath the overlays of his Mandalorian armor. He does have his helmet in his hand currently. You can see that he has a wrist rocket. The rangefinder on his helmet is up, and he does have several blasters in his holsters. He's got armor all the way down to his boots, excuse me. And he does have his Mandalorian bounty hunting rocket pack as well. So this is really cool. We did see a helmeted version of this Jango figure, but this is the world premiere of the unhelmeted sculpt. This is prototype pending approval, but you can RSVP to be notified when it goes up for pre-order on sideshow.com/coming soon.
Nice. All right.
All right. Next up, we have the Luke Skywalker Snowspeeder version. This is a 6-scale figure from Empire Strikes Back, of course. Very detailed head sculpt, a new hair sculpt, and he has an extremely detailed, lots of weathering on his Rebel flight helmet. So this is really cool to see. Look at all the detail and the etching that they got into that. All the symbols complete on the Rebel flight helmet. Very detailed flight suit as well. He does have the chest box and a very carefully tailored and stitched suit. You can see that he has his utility belt and the kind of belts and cords that come along with the flight suit. He does have some swap out items in his hands that look to be from the hangar bay as he is fixing his ship. He does have his lightsaber also hanging from his belt. And there is a nice kind of snowy environment base for you to inform your pose and display him, whether he's fixing his ship or returned victoriously to the hangar or leading a charge in the X-Wing units.
All right.
Next up, and that is also a prototype. A couple of other prototypes we have here. First world reveal at Sideshow Con yesterday when they premiered. We have the Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi 6-scale figures from the Clone Wars. Hot Toys is doing a really unique thing. When they announced their Clone Wars license earlier this year, they debuted with Captain Rex, and they are following up with realistic versions of Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi, critical characters, of course, from the Clone Wars series that is primarily animated. So we are seeing an incredible likeness of Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker with a new hair sculpt based on the volume and shape of his hair in the animated series. He does also have sculpted armor elements concurrent with his costume in the Clone Wars, as well as a detailed fabric costume that brings that animated style to life. He does have also a light-up lightsaber. It's not lit up currently, but it will have an LED light up function. He has very detailed boots as well, and a Star Wars character base with his nameplate on the front. We have some questions about when these two will be available for pre-order. We don't have that exact date for you, but there are RSVP pages at side.show/coming soon. You can RSVP to be notified when we have pricing information, more galleries, or when they go up for sale on our website. So you will be among the first to be notified if you RSVP and express your interest in that. Now, we have the Obi-Wan Kenobi 6-scale figure. Again, this is the realistic version with an incredible likeness of Ewan McGregor. He is wearing sculpted Clone Wars armor, and I do like the sigil on his shoulder.
Oh,
other
side.
side.
Let me get in
his
closer
left,
for
our
you
right.
guys.
Yes, with the lots of appropriate battle damage because this is a Obi-Wan Kenobi who has been through a number of battles. He is also holding in his hand a hologram figure. This figure will come with a number of swap out hologram characters. I do believe this one is the Anakin Skywalker figure we are looking at, but he will have several different ones depending on how you want to pose him, as he is corresponding with other generals and Jedi throughout the Clone Wars and its rigorous battles. He too will have a light up feature in the lightsaber, and then he does have detailed armor on his legs, as well as the Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi character themed base.
All right. And who's this little guy?
Well,
I feel like I've seen him before somewhere.
Meet the Mandalorian and Child. This is a 6-scale figure set. This is the deluxe edition we are seeing because it is the hovering pram with the child. There are 2 figures of the child included with the deluxe edition. This is the specific version for sitting in the pram. There is a magnetic element that holds it forward, and it is looking out at the big wide world. Very excited to be going on adventures with its new guardian, the Mandalorian. There are also some nice fabric elements inside of the pram for the child, just to keep him comfortable. And I do love this, the way that the pram has that nice clear figure stand so that it can hover alongside the Mandalorian on the environmental base with the sands of the desert. And of course you can see that it has the Star Wars The Mandalorian placard as well. So this is Din Djarin as well as the child. Really nice set. We do see him in his Beskar best. He does have the Mudhorn sigil on his shoulder at this point, as well as a full chest and gauntlets of the Beskar armor.
Let's see if I can get around the back a little bit.
Yes, and he does have a full, he has the Mandalorian jetpack. He has that dynamic figure stand. That's what those look like. You can see those are bendable. So if you do want to do some airborne poses with the Mandalorian, you are able to do that. He also is kitted out with his Whistling Birds wrist rockets. He does also have a blaster. And he has sustained some damage on the armor on his legs, which is really cool. And I like when they reflect that weathering. So you can tell that these are characters who have lived in their worlds. You can give them interesting poses. We do have a question in the chat about if the child is movable at all.
Like the head or the arms?
I don't believe that this is. There are 2 different figures that come with this
Gotcha.
that are in a standing and a sitting configuration, but I believe the swap out elements are mostly reserved for their Hot Toys life-size version of the child.
Right.
However, this is available for pre-order on our website, so you can get the full product specs on our the webpage. So you can check that out, and if I misspoke, then you can verify that with our webpage.
I think they'll forgive you.
I hope so. Next up, we have the Boba Fett vintage color version, 6-scale figure. This is a really cool piece, I think, especially for the collectors who either had this as a child or maybe missed out on this when they were a child, and this was the one that got away, but they are now able to afford a luxury high-end version of the classic Boba Fett. It is, of course, the Mandalorian armor that you know and you love, but with the bright and very inventive vintage color scheme. You guys can see that he has his rangefinder. There's a dent in his helmet. He has synthetic Wookiee braids on his shoulder, as well as a cape. He does have his Mandalorian jetpack as well. And I do really like the detail that in kind of above his spats, his pants have a number of weapons in the pockets there, because of course Boba Fett is free to use any methods necessary, and he is quite exceptionally skilled at using a number of weapons to subdue his bounty. He does have the Star Wars figure stand with the Boba Fett logo as well. And one of the really cool things that Hot Toys put into consideration with this is the packaging, of course, to recreate that vintage feel. And so the packaging does come with a clear window up front with the silver border that is consistent with classic Star Wars toys. So again, this really does recreate that nostalgic experience in a high-end luxury format. And that is available for pre-order on our website currently. All right. Last from the Star Wars universe, we do have the Darth Vader Empire Strikes Back version. This is a 6-scale figure. He has a very detailed Cloud City environment base that does have LED light-up features. You guys are seeing him in an intimidating pose as he shakes his fist and kind of reveals to Luke Skywalker, perhaps, the truth of his heritage. This has an incredibly detailed helmet sculpt that does have a removable part of the outer helmet, so you can see the back of the battle-damaged Anakin Skywalker's head. He does have incredibly detailed armor pieces, as well as the function system belt and chest box that do have LED light up effects as well. He has a red lightsaber that you guys can see in display, but he also does have one of those really unique movement lightsabers that Hot Toys has created with the kind of blur effect as if he were swinging. So you can get some really cool action poses out of this figure. He is available for pre-order on our website. Lots of meticulous detail went into the costume between the pants layer, the underbelt, the under robe, the tabards, the cloak. There is a lot going on this guy between the armor and the really intricately detailed costume. So Hot Toys really kind of put their all into this and brought a legend of the screen to life in 6-scale format. I almost always want to say Sith scale as well.
Sith scale. You wouldn't be wrong.
All right, so with that, we should move on to some DC pieces.
Yeah, I think we can get one or two more in before we're going to end this one.
All right.
But just so you guys know, we are going to be live in the Facebook group at 6 o'clock tonight. Paul and I will be going over the day, going over all the giveaways of the day, all the discounts, and who knows what other cool, rewarding things might occur. Also, we are going to be going live exclusively for those who have registered at side.show/con tomorrow at 7 a.m. to show you guys all the new pieces that are going to be on display in the booth. So make sure you guys join us then.
Yeah, and you'll want to keep an eye out on our announcement videos for what exclusives may be going up for pre-order.
Yes, that'll drop at 6:30 in the morning, the announcement about the exclusive that might drop, and the 7 a.m. exclusive live stream that only way you can find that is by getting an email if you have registered, just so you know.
All right, we're getting some questions about the Arkham Harley Quinn, so I do want to take a look at that. We'll look at the Gamerverse, the video game masterpiece series from Hot Toys. This is the Harley Quinn 6-scale figure from Arkham Knight. For those asking, her skirt is actually fabric. All of those layers of lace and pleating are fabric. So let's get a little bit of a closer look at this piece. How much detail went in.
That's amazing.
Yes, that is all fabric, incredibly detailed, and that will be nice when you are posing the character because that fabric will be able to give way to some more dynamic poses. This is a highly articulated figure. I also do love the lace and the puffed sleeve elements.
Yes.
She's got that kind of faux leather collar going on. This is reflective of her mental space in the Arkham Knight game. She is kind of out for vengeance on Gotham. She assembles a crew to take down the Bat finally. You can see that she does have a highly augmented and adapted weapon here. She does have a pair of pink lucky dice on the end. A lot of battle damage on this as well. Really cool piece. She does have the sculpted hair with that kind of fading dip dye that is consistent with the more muted blues and reds and blacks of her costume. There's also some really cool studs on the pant legs as well as her diamond patterns, and she's got big flared boots as well. And of course, she's got that really nicely detailed Arkham Knight character stand that does feature her face as well as holding a baseball bat, and then that name placard up at the front. This is available for pre-order on our website currently. She is a part of the video game Masterpiece series from Hot Toys. Also a part of the video game Masterpiece series from Hot Toys is the Batman Beyond. I believe this will be the last one that we have time to look at today. This is Batman Beyond from Arkham Knight that takes the classic Terry McGinnis costume and reimagines it for the grittier video game. This is a really tactical version of this suit. You can see all of the different panels of armor that have been upgraded from the sleek kind of animated version of Batman Beyond that we remember to this ready for the streetwear kind of version. You see that he is on a dynamic figure stand as well, so he can do flight poses, especially with that really cool winged cape that does have wire in it to keep it nicely shaped, so you can do those like fully extended cape in flight. The wind is beneath it poses. He does come with some swap out hands as well, and I just love looking at all of the detail, all of the tactical armor elements on this piece. He does also have a Batman Beyond Arkham Knight figure stand, very nice subdued red and black that matches perfectly with the character's color scheme. So this is available for pre-order on our website right now as well from Hot Toys, and that does it for all of the figures that we'll be able to get to today. This is part of sorry, one more question. We were being asked, is the cape removable? I believe the cape is removable. We are seeing it in a cape configuration, but I believe there are pictures in the gallery on the website without the cape, so you can choose which way you want to display him. So with that, This has been a part of the Hot Toys Summer Showcase. Every day at 4 p.m. Pacific during Sideshow Con, we will be highlighting all the Hot Toys pieces. So if you have questions, be sure to come and check them out. We will be showing as many Hot Toys pieces as we can so you can get all the details and you're sure not to miss anything on any of the days of our convention. We are running Sideshow Con from the 20th to the 26th, so stop by. We are doing multiple live streams every day. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Go to side.show/con to stay on top of all the action. Check out what you missed on our social channels, and as always, don't forget to let your geek side show.